Okay. You guys should see me, right? Why am I not seeing me? Huh. Oh, there we go. Am I here? Yes. I am here. I'm distracted by this Cubs game. I thought it was at 2 o'clock today, not at 4 o'clock. I don't know who schedules these games. It's a bit silly. I'm sorry. I'm distracted by that, and I lost a piece of paper. But anyway, you guys, yeah, things are just kind of sideways, up and down, flip-flopped. Who knows what's going on? There is a lot, but it's more than eclipses. I can't even tell you how many things have been triggered just by this first quarter crisis moon with the sun in Libra and the moon in Capricorn. I posted on Blue Sky, I think, either Monday. Yeah, because the quarter moon was on Monday. But I said, hey, we've got this crisis first quarter Libra Capricorn moon coming up. Historically, this combination has been kind of deadly lethal for Donald. And I was saying, hold on. Oh, and I think I had posted something else about Wednesday's a big day because it triggers the eclipse from March 29th. But it's even bigger than that. And so far as I know, as of yesterday and today, he hasn't been seen. He's let everybody else go out there and speak. And we all know how much he hates it when people take the spotlight from him because he's such a spotlight hog. There are a lot of things going on multiple fronts around the world. But if you tune in, you can just kind of feel how all those pieces being orchestrated. It feels like there's a pause. There was a lot of pandemonium couple days ago, but things are kind of like a pause. Yes, there's a shutdown. There's a lot of upset energy about that, but there's a different strategy happening. And I think Donald might be really sick right now. So we're going to look at that. I know that I had made, I had been commenting on the questions that you guys submitted over the weekend about CK, and that there was just so much more that I needed to share with you guys because I know there's a lot of information out there. I want to make sure I touch on that. I don't know if we're going to have enough time because so much stuff is going on. But, okay, wait, is this game over? No, my goodness. Okay, so let me say hi to you guys. Hello. Hello, let's see, where are we? Hi, Marie has a song in her head. I want to change the world, tax the rich, feed the poor. I don't know that song. Tell me, where is Sanity? She's had it in her head all day. I don't know that song. And who sings it? Oh, by the way, who's getting Taylor Swift's album? Something Showgirl. I think it's at midnight. I am so ready for that. Hi, Caroline. Yes, it's lovely to be back in our safe space together. I love our space, you guys. Always excited for a live. Teresa A and Teresa D, glad you're here. Hi, Just Joy and Melinda. Good evening. I hope you guys are all doing well. And Marie, Charlie Sage of Fire, and thank you very much, Marie, for your donation. I think we're going to have to draw a card on that. Hi, I'm afraid not. Hi, Gabriel King. Robin. Did SCOTUS really give him power of the purse? Does anyone know? I don't know if that question has to do with Charlie. Nancy Rudy. I'm afraid not. Everybody ready for the Harvest Full Moon Monday? Oh, boy. One thing at a time. Antoinette's granddaughter. Hello. Oh, boy. Did I get everybody? Amanda, Delphian, Scheitler's List, a tale how CK learned how to goose stuff white boots. Beverly. Okay, hi Denise. Okay, so we are all here. We're all here. And yes, I'm just going to come out and say it. Yeah, I think they didn't give a crap if we were shut down. I really think before Donald seemed to get sick. I mean, can you guys tell me if he's been visible today besides being online and shite posting? I don't think he's been out in public. So yes, ahead of this shutdown, I was feeling like they could care less about it. It was buying them time for a variety of reasons. But I also was feeling like this was helping Donald catch his breath because there were so many things coming so quickly, he needed to pause. And the generals with that thing that happened the other day, oh boy, their perspective generally was, this is not our country, this is not what we do, and there was so much China, red flag country, all over that, almost as if what he was speaking is like what everything they knew behind the scenes with red flag country. I was surprised at how much that was catching up with that incident. And the most pandemonium driving down Holyoke to this week, I think there is so much that happened with CK's death. It's making them all, I can't even describe to you what a lethal hit this was to their campaign. All of them on edge. So I've been looking at everything since our lunar eclipse on September 7th, what happened to CK, this new moon solar eclipse, and also the eclipse from last March, and then the shutdown chart I finally looked at today. Where the heck are we going to start? Oh boy. Wait, am I buffering? Shoot. Hi, Jules. You guys, I think I'm buffering. Am I buffering? Woo! The Cubs won. Yay! Okay. I am buffering. Can you guys see me? 707, 709. Oh my gosh. I don't know if you guys can see me. Huh. Hi, you guys. What's going on here? I'm not connected. How can I not be connected? What's going on here? Do I need to turn this off and start again? Crap. Oh my gosh. Okay, can you guys see me? I just rebooted that thing. I cannot. What is going on here? Oh, Jesus, stop texting me. Why can't I see you guys? I think it might be the internet at my end. Oh, jeez Louise. It's not even Mercury retrograde. Okay. I think it's my internet connection. Let's see, I'm gonna go to Blue Sky. Hi, you guys. I think it's my connection. Hold tight. Come on. Why is this taking forever? Close. What's going on? Okay, now I have a connection. Let me get to the page. Let me get to the page. Let me get to the page. Okay, here. Pray tell, this is it. Pray tell, this is it. I have bra commercials. Oh my gosh. Okay. Now I'm here. Okay, that was very, very strange. Everything on my end shut down. I couldn't see the chat. My thing was buffering. I, had to get out of my streaming, and then I just completely rebooted my browser. And so now we're here. Yeah, like that wasn't distracting at all. Okay, here, let's see. Do I see you guys? Just buffered. Okay, so you guys saw me buffering. Amanda, internet has been super wonky over the past month. Something's up. Yeah, I couldn't see the chat. Everything paused. All looks good, sounds good. Melinda just sent me something on private on Blue Sky. Thank you. I don't see it. I posted it, Blue Sky. Zane, your connection is solid. No buffer. Okay. Hi, Steve Myers. Antoinette, we never left and could see you. That's so weird. I never buffered for I'm afraid not. I don't know. It just must be all the celebrating here because my thing I was locked out. I couldn't get going. Okay, so what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Well, we just work from the present backwards. Okay, that is just the best way I think we can do this. I feel like I got to answer a question about... Okay, where's my ring? Oh boy, I moved that too in my haste. Here it is. Okay. Come here. Yeah, I feel really discombobulated right now. Okay. Let's just ask the ring really quickly. Hi, Jeffrey. Hi, guides. So... So the GOP, are they concerned in the moment about the shutdown? Are they concerned in the moment about the shutdown? Because it kind of seems like they're just kind of taking a breather and maybe they're at happy hour. Are they concerned about this shutdown? No, not at all. Has there been a change in plans for the GOP with the shutdown? Has there been a change in plans with the shutdown? Oh, that is a clear yes. Is Donald okay? Is he healthy? Is he awake? Is he coherent? Is he okay? Is Donald okay? Nope. You guys, I don't see him okay either. We'll see the blip that keeps track of a heart rate. Like he's just like laying down, chilling out, and they're just like watching his heart rate. I did a Terrascope on his health, and it was really, really bad. Okay, is JD thinking he's going to be sworn in soon? Is JD thinking he's going to get sworn in? Oh, gosh, my hand totally moved on that. But I think that's a yes. So, will JD get sworn in? Will JD get sworn in? I keep getting no, you guys. Even though my head, my ego, everything is screaming. But he has to, So, we are in the midst of a lot of crazy stuff. Hi, Cynthia. Charlie, I think his final day is the 17th. Zane, I keep hearing, I can't breathe. Phew, phew, phew. Wow. Okay, why don't we go to charts? Steve, will GRINDR out the MAGA GOP? Oh. How about if I ask, will the MAGA GOP get outed because of GRINDR? Okay. Will the MAGA GOP be outed because of GRINDR? Or things related to GRINDR? Yep, I'm sorry. Even my pendulum feels kind of off. I'm not trying to move my hands, but it's like I feel like something keeps hitting my hand. Okay, let's start with this. Oh my goodness. We're going to start with just the shutdown. I looked at this today and I gasped after I looked at everything else because there is so much at play here, you guys. We're just going to look at the top and the bottom of the chart, the things that are in play. So the shutdown started at midnight, October 1st. And wouldn't you know it, at the very top of the chart, for the highest point, where we're destined, we have Pisces 22 degrees. I mean, yeah, the midheaven is Pisces 22 degrees. What all this is grounded in is 22 degrees Virgo. And if you've been paying attention, or if you've been with me this long, you will know that these are the Neptune points of USA Pluto return number 1. On that day, we had Neptune, transit Neptune at 22 Pisces, and it was exactly opposing USA natal Neptune at 22 Pisces. And this 22 Virgo, I have always associated this with like white supremacy and, the Republicans always moving the goalposts and gaslighting, and then always the people who are out are people of color, etc., minorities. And this 22 Pisces, Neptune being opposite of this, I was certain that this would kind of pierce that bubble, that all this crap that they've been doing, and our Pluto return started in 2022, and I think it was final in 2024, and that's when Pluto was Capricorn 27. And so what we have up here, not only do we have that, it's like at the midpoint of transit Saturn and the North Node. It's let's grab some cards, because not only do we have that, on the ascendant, what's breathing life into the shutdown is 11 degrees Cancer. The United States sun is at 13 degrees Cancer. Oh, but wait, you're going to hear a lot of but waits tonight because of everything that's so interconnected. We're just going to start here. So where we're at right now, okay. Well, I guess we will be up here. Oh boy. Here goes my throat. At the bottom here, we have, oh boy, USA Sun. Oh boy, we've got a lot of endings going on here. This is a pivotal point. Yes, the government shut down. We're done. What's in the skies are the messaging, the ideas, the verbal agreements. But there's also this clouded haze. It's like, do they really want to be done with it, or are they just feeding us BS? At the bottom here, we have the truth. What's anchoring this is the truth coming back to bite you. And with Venus right there, I can't help but think that's EPS. And that is also all the money and deals and contracts Don Julio has made this third house. So this is where we're looking. What's giving life to this chart is stability. I also get this a lot with the China red flag country shows up everywhere. And on the descendant, we have Leo, I will. Like Don Julio is going to exert his will on the people. But holy crap, you guys. So that moon at that moment was 21 degrees Capricorn. In the quarter moon chart, the moon had just gone over the midheaven at the quarter moon chart, which is so deadly for Donald. There goes my throat. And he hasn't been seen basically since. Okay, what do you want me to... Oh, boy. Now, we have USA Pluto return here. At our quarter moon, I said this is basically Donald's kryptonite. If there's a lunation that is kryptonite, it's always the Libra Capricorn. That is related to the lunations where his taxes were released to Congress. I think that was in at the end of 2020, before he had to leave in 2021. That is related to, I believe, when the first inquiry, possibly for the first impeachment, he was impeached on the day, that the sun was it was a Capricorn Libra lunation, and January 6th also relates to it, but this lunation always is very difficult for him. So the thing about this chart now, we've pulled in USA Pluto return with this. So this is, this is our Pluto return at this shutdown. Neptune is paying such a big deal, like I said. Now this one, my throat, I can't believe how much my throat is acting up already. This chart on the angles has it's like the overlay, going back to 2020 now, of the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. You guys remember the Saturn-Pluto conjunction in that January? Well, that is when 2020 was quite the year. That's the year of the pandemic. But anyway, so much stuff happened. On the ascendant, it was 1 degrees Taurus in that chart. We have 2 degrees Taurus here. The midheaven was 17 degrees Capricorn. We have 18 degrees Capricorn at the top. We have this yada, yada, yada. It's the same thing. Oh, and I think when we realized Israel was not friendly to us, something was going on with the 7th house in Scorpio. So this happened. So it was a change in world power and government structure. And we've definitely felt that since. But what happened immediately, Don Julio got kicked out of office. The far right was making it known, but he got kicked out and he had to leave. Ooh, there's that third house messages. I'm looking at the Saturn-Pluto influence. Oh my gosh. Lands far away and the law extremists. So the Saturn-Pluto conjunction comes back to roost. And again, it has to do with messages, deals, understandings. This is the Republican Pluto. From then to now, what's in the skies with this quarter moon, it's our defenses, who we are and how we protect ourselves is the big question being asked right now. That's huge because when you think about the meeting with the generals, that's what was going through their mind. What were the generals thinking? The first house body overturned. So this is Don Julio thinking of him as the guy, the person who's in charge, dictator. But the generals were thinking how to overturn this guy. Do you get this? And then Donald hasn't been seen because of his health. What about his health down here as it relates to that? Holy shit. Okay, Venus, that has to do with your circulatory system, blood pressure. It's like those yin organs that we want them to function. This came up in a very bad place for him when I was trying to look at disease being healed, what you're able to do to infuse life and vitality and vigor. And it was like there was no hope. So it's like this setup, this is a hard lunation for him anyways, but now we've got the Saturn Pluto thing that kicked him out of office, and it just compounds the pow on what's going on for him. This now, I just feel like this communication stuff, so much of that has to do with our generals. Generals, what are you doing? What are you doing, generals? Ace of Wands. What are you doing here, generals? Because I'm watching that thing, and if there could be, quote bubbles over their heads, and when I did the teroscopes, it was like, oh, no, we don't do that. No, just a big no, and we got to strategize for what's next. And I had the feeling that they already had something. They have already had something in place, but it's now, how do we get started on this? What do we have to do to get started? Show me the generals. Nope. What's going on here? He's the devil. He's a crappy leader. He's a fool with us. He's a fool in the White House. We've got to take some action. Russia. And the asymmetric war that's going on. So it's like they know what's going on. They're clear about this. Okay, Don Julio's health. Did you guys say, oh my goodness. Did you guys happen to find out if he was seen today? Laney, I got no too. I bet that. Okay, so if you guys, you guys are talking a lot about stuff. Okay, Don Julio's health, that has had him MIA. What is this down here? Well, it's down here, King of Wands. It's just like no action, no go. He has So that is also the Mars card. This is a very big problem. I feel like it's come back again. There was a lot of fire and inflammation in his body, also related to breathing. So he's MIA because, oh boy, the Ace of Pentacles, the essence of who he is, his blood, his trying to get everything started and stabilized. The Six of Cups, going back to the past. He's if you think of this in layers, it's like he's functioning better than 50%, but still need to do some work there. Wow. Yeah. So we had that happened. Now, but wait, there's more, like I said. Not only do we have, there goes my throat. My throat is freaking out right now. You guys know that when my throat gets tight like this, I am like hovering over something. Like I haven't even gotten near to saying what I want to say and show. What do we have? Okay, I'm just looking to see what you guys... Okay. So, but wait, there's more. Because what happened here? Remember I said this lunar eclipse, this solar eclipse, they were tag teaming from back March 29th, and that new moon eclipse, that was at 9 degrees Aries. So I just happened to see this chart. Oh boy. And it was the new moon eclipse over. Marilyn, please don't tell me you're gone. I just had you right here. Okay. That just disappeared too. I'm going to lose my mind. That new moon eclipse, back then, Mars was at 22 Cancer, and now it's triggering Jupiter, which is also at 22 degrees Cancer. This Jupiter here is anchoring everything, and it is brushed up right against Donald's Saturn. So So Jupiter is expansive. Everything blows up when Jupiter touches it, whether it's for good or for bad. Things cannot stay stagnant. But right up against Donald's Saturn, that is restriction and obstacle. So when he wants to restrict you from something, he wants to take funding away, he wants to just withhold money, that's his Saturn. And Jupiter is right there, and this is making him so weak. This is a thing that makes him so powerful in being able to leverage things, being able to extort people, get businesses to do what he wants, universities to do what he wants, for everyone to bend the knee. But Jupiter is sitting right there on top of it. And I do not know when it goes retrograde, but this has been sitting here for like a couple weeks right now, so I know it's going to retrograde soon. So not only do we have that, at that, I'm going to use a pink so we know which transit we're talking about. And so not only is that tag teaming from the new moon solar eclipse on the 29th, what else is activated? Well, Saturn is 27 degrees Pisces. This was the north node at the time. So now transit Saturn is stabilizing and giving structure to whatever this hazy point that we're headed to, kind of our destiny. Now the north node is 18 Pisces. There was something right here. I can't remember what it was. But back on March 29th, at 0 degrees Aries, was Mercury. What do we have transit right now with this devastating Libra Capricorn quarter moon? Neptune is rolling backwards over that 0 degrees Aries point. So back at this lunar eclipse, what was Donald's plans? I want to know what his plan was. Mars was 22 degrees and it's right next to his Saturn. The Mars-Saturn connection can be really militaristic and really cruel in bearing down and just conquering something and being relentless. So what was his plan here? His plan here was this. I'm just going to start. Oh, Sagittarius. So this was his plan. He had a plan. That plan, what was this plan about? That you were just going to drill down so relentlessly. He was relentlessly going to but now we have Jupiter there. How is Jupiter now countering this? Jupiter is now countering this like this. And what Jupiter is going to do, where are you? I feel like there's two cards. So he had a plan, the Page of Swords. I think this is like his ices on the streets, and going after migrants. I think maybe it was around that time he finally was able to put his person into the Treasury Department so that the Treasury Department would release all the data to Homeland Security. There goes my throat. So he had this plan. This is what I'm going to do to drill down. I'm the Supreme Sun. I am the guy. I am it. I am it. I'm the celebrity. I got all my things in place. I got my cabinet. Everyone is humming on this. Everyone's on the same page. We have a destiny. We are energized to go. These are my scales of justice and what I want to have happen. And, oops. No, the Fool, those are the new people. And this is bearing down on them. So they're not having a good start. So they're like new people here, not having a good start because of his plans. So then, that's March. But Jupiter now has disrupted this. Jupiter is expansive, interrupting his ways of extortion. Oh boy, the ninth house faith. Look at that. Look at there's that 9H sag always comes up with Don Julio's treason reason and how he stopped. So he had these big plans, these big aims. He has like all of like law enforcement, all those people and their ideals set up to fall in line. He's overturned the law. Just a second. My dog is yelping. Hi there. You can come in and join us, but shh. Hi, Momo. Okay. We have the Three of Pentacles. These were decisions that were made. This is Jupiter disrupting this whole process. Jupiter disrupting the Four of Pentacles. This is him trying to hang on. This is that. Look at that Four of Pentacles. Isn't that so like bearing down, weight on something? I've pinned you. You can't get out. But then over here we have the Page of Wands. There is news about the Emperor. I feel like this is a big cut. Why does this feel? What is being separated? What is being separated? This is causing a separation. The Nine of Pentacles. Security. And I might get... This is causing a separation. Is this people you do business with? Money. Does the thing that is separating Don Julio, the thing that's getting disrupted, does this have to do with the Epps files? Does this have to do with the Epps files? Does this have to do with the Epps files? Thing that's separating his plan. Yeah, this has caused a lot of problems for his ambition with his partners and his security. Holy crap. So that is one thing that is active right now besides his poor health. Can you guys believe this? Amanda, Sterling sees him fleeing to Saudi. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, he's got everything set up there and just all of our contracts. I mean, it just takes a little bribe to get him to act. Clowns. I'm afraid not. I don't know. Stop talking about getting an ad when I talk about the good stuff. Law of attraction. Teresa, I can see the GOP paying him to leave. The GOP, they feel like they're in the middle of a negotiation. We need to stick a pin in that. Okay, so that was one plan that he had set into motion last March 29th. And this quarter moon, because it's on new moon solar eclipse, it's still from the lunar eclipse. It is tagging our USA Pluto return. It is touching the Saturn Pluto conjunction, is pulling in a lot of stuff that just isn't regular run of the day stuff. There's so many layers here, and it's hitting everybody involved, not just him, but everybody involved. And it's giving everyone a voice, a new perspective. And people are like, what the F is going on? You know, The GOP thinks they can still cover this up, but they cannot. They cannot. So now, the other thing that was happening, we have the North Node. What was set into destiny then? The North Node was saying, we are going here. Okay. But now Saturn, transit Saturn now, is crystallizing this. What was a mist, what was foggy, what was deception and confusion, Saturn is here to stabilize things, to not let this get its full power and its full energy. Saturn is restraining it here. And so Saturn is retrograde too. How is Saturn ruining this party? Hey, oh my gosh. Okay. So, last time they were the North Node based on the eclipses. Don Julio was planning cloud and confusion about the 5th house of the presidency of the United States. Because what was he planning for that 5th house of the United States? To become, to quell protests, to stop people who were standing in his way. That was his plan. But now we have Saturn that is crystallizing things and slowing things down. You know, he wants to turn things into what he wants, the way he wants to mold it. But Scorpio here is like, no, I can't do that. I can't and I won't do. I feel like that's Saturn Pluto talking from 2020. I can't do that. And instead, this is now going to lead to what? And it's like, I can't keep any secrets. Oh my gosh. Dark Moon Lilith. That's Epsi stuff. It's Donald's health. But I don't know if you were looking at Scorpio in the mirror who was turned their back on you and then showed you this card as your destiny, I would not be feeling so well. So Don Julio's plan to quell everyone. We also have Dark Moon Lilith in Scorpio, and this is why the Epsi stuff isn't going away either, because everything that Epsi did is the epitome, the substance of it all is abandonment and how you treat the female. And female, I'm meaning female representation. So he's like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I got that turn over the Fed. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And this is my goal. Founded in, oh, there's 2 cards here. Oh, that 9 of Pentacles. We've got the oligarchs again. So what he's doing, the 10 of Pentacles reversed. I feel like these are our financial institutions, the decisions we make with money, the wealth of the United States of America, and it's also his businesses. He's changing all of that. He's like, I'm going to do this, the Page of Swords reversed. I'm going to put in the worst people who will comply with me, and it's going to be undercover. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be ending the leadership the way it's been, how the United States has been seen in the world. This is going to be founded in this and this, excluding people, 5 of Pentacles. People are out in the cold, no money for you. Get out. And the 7 of Swords, stealing money from the poor. Ugh. His goal is this. Yes, there's an agreement. Yes, the king, he's going to marry Putin. This is him merging with Putz and turning America into that image. Can you believe this guy? October 6th is the next full moon. Delphi and Ike's. Oh, I'm afraid you six. Yeah, I think there's a lot of Bush stuff going on in those files, but also with the transnational, whatever was going on with the Saudis. Okay. Thank you, Paisley. Time flies so fast when watching you. So interesting. What time? Oh my goodness, we've been going for a while. Okay, so this was the plan, but unfortunately, Scorpio says, wait a minute, we're not doing that. We're just on Saturn, you guys. Scorpio does an about face. This is what's happening, dude. This is happening. This is happening. This is, oh my gosh, this is, oh boy. Because of this. And we've got, it's grounded in this. Okay, enough. Enough. Oh my gosh, the moon. So this is another party. This has been going on for lunations and lunations going on to the last millennium. This has been going on for a long time. These are like his business people. This is how we're going to take stuff. You know, it looks like trafficking, doesn't it? There's Scorpio here, Scorpio here. I transform. That's the dark Scorpio that these guys like to do transnationally. And this Scorpio says, Do you see that? Scorpio says, this is the new plan. The Two of Wands. There's something new that has gotten traction, and it's in motion, and this is where we're going, says the Saturn from that eclipse. Transit Saturn right now. That's what transit Saturn right now is saying. And it's retrograding. It's backwards. So it's like we still have got some clearing to do here. So it says I'm going to do this, the Seven of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles reversed, the Empress reversed, the King of Wands reversed. Jeez. The Ace of Wands reversed. Jeez. The Nine of Swords reversed. The Six of Cups. Okay. So what I'm going to do is everything that you've invested in, destroyed, that you have carved out and stolen with another partner in crime that was undercover, that nobody could see the deceit that was going on, and it involved children. This is the new plan because of what you do, and it was founded in the Five of Wands, and the Hanged Man. It's this fight that is not going to let up. This is midway of the fight. If Don Julio thinks he can just zoom right through it, he can't. We're at a 5, and there is a fight, and he is caught. And we're going to stay there. Jeez, you guys, this is big time. So that's just a little bit of what's going on this week that is tagging USA Pluto return, the Saturn Pluto conjunction, the eclipse from last March, the full moon eclipse, and that Mars retrograde. I mean, there is so much going on here. You can't just bat it away. You're caught up in it. And here the thing is, they're feeling it. They absolutely feel it. But what they don't know is this just came into manifest. It's already above. Do you know how much time has to pass by for it to manifest in the flesh? I know it drives us crazy, but this is here to stay. And now they're rethinking things and what we should do. They think this is going to be an easy out. It is not. It is not. This stuff is here to stay. Also, at the new moon eclipse in March, Jupiter was 14 or 15 degrees Gemini. Our last lunar eclipse was at 14, 15 degrees Scorpio Pisces. And our new moon solar eclipse, the midpoint between that and Venus, was also that 14, 15 degree mark. I mean, it is blowing up. So much stuff wide open. And it's blowing stuff wide open for our generals and what they saw. You know, this opens up a myriad of options because they see what's going on. And it feels like things have come to a halt. You have the ISR government doing what it's doing out in the GAZ. Horrific. You have the RU increasing attacks. You have red flag countries saying, okay, I think we're going to go knock, knock, knock against the TAI country. Everything is brewing right now. They were planning for this to go, but these eclipses have come to a halt, and Don Julio is MIA because he has horribleness. And when, look at this. So last July 4th was the United States solar return. I think at the time he was having his parade. This might have been, was this during the parade? It might have been during it. I don't know. But the thing that was crowning that, when I count now to October, it shows up here, Libra is here. That's just the way you do it. What's crowning in the 10th house for all to see for the United States solar return and what happens, there's that Neptune card again. Here goes my throat. And back then, what did I say in my notes? Neptune represents, it is not the fall of democracy. It is the fall of Don Julio. It is Donald's health gone bad. That's what I wrote back in July. Shall we ask the ring if this is true? How are you guys doing? Well, Greta, be real. Okay, just a second. Okay, let me do this. Okay, I will answer that question. Oh boy, all your questions. Okay, is it true that Neptune in this chart is not the fall of? Wait, I have to ask you another. Is it true? Is Neptune represent the fall of democracy? It's the fall of democracy for USA solar return. It's the fall of democracy. Nope. Is it true that Neptune in this chart is the fall of Don Julio? Is it the fall, holy crap, of Don Julio? Is it the fall of Don Julio? Yep. Does this Neptune represent Donald's health going bad? Oh, it's going faster, you guys. You see that? It's going faster, yes. Okay. There's something else I got to show you guys. Like, I don't know if you see there's an X here. X, 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 X. X, X, X. So when I'm looking at this, I'm like, why did I draw these X's? And this is what I remember. When I did this at the time, my hands would not draw cards. They said, I'm not drawing cards. And that happened for, it's like everything is done. What is this light green? How this year goes for Don Julio. Look at all these X's. X, 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 X. That takes us from Virgo into Capricorn, but especially for the months like October right now. It started in September. Is this X pink? Is that pink or red? That's pink. I think it's a fall of DT. Like that stops here. What is this? In August. So that was last September. Or I'm sorry. Last July. Oh my gosh. Okay, so can I convince you that yes, we're at a pivotal point, and they have no idea, like they can't get through this. They just think, oh, we'll just declare this. We'll be okay. No. And the thing is, it's happening around the world. And on top of it, you guys, the last two eclipses, they happened on the other side of the globe. That is where the path of the eclipses took place. The United States here, we were like kind of caught in between. We didn't have the moon eclipse. We didn't have the sun eclipse on our side. But it's kind of like, this is what all that stuff that's happening on the other side of the globe is like it's rooted here. Does that make sense? You can't get away from it. So they have a big problem going on here. So, okay, you wanted to know. I'm afraid not is going to see this. Hey, gatekeeper made the live. Waku. I'm afraid not. Wants to know, will Greta be released? Will Greta be released? Oh, I can feel it moving already. I'm getting a yes. Yes, she will be released. It's getting stronger. There is urgency here. I don't think Israel likes playing this game. It's like everyone's tired of the narrative and justification that they're using. It's not going to fly anymore. And I just feel like everyone thinks they can do these things. Okay. Is Bibi afraid Don Julio's going to die soon? Is he afraid that Don Julio's going to die soon? That's a yes. So he's got to act quickly. Yeah, all of them are afraid he is going to be out sooner than later, and that's why they're escalating things on so many fronts. And the Republican Party is caught in the middle because those are all their donors. That's who pays them. And the minute they give in, it's their treason reason is exposed. They are caught. That's why it also feels like a standoff and a showdown. Marie, this regime is a house of cards. Exactly. I know, Charlie. He's just so dumb to know military professionals and remain neutral. I know. Could you see that? How upsetting that was to Don Julio and Keg Stand not getting applause? Oh my gosh. Okay. Hi, Shelby. Hi, Kathy Lynn. Elektra. In all caps. I just want to know, does the military have a plan to stop Trump? I think so. Give me a card. You got the abundance card, the Jupiter card, the planet of miracles, windfalls, luck. So, let's just ask the ring. And transit Jupiter is conjunct the Mars, speaking of Jupiter, from last March 29th. And the Mars and Jupiter connection is a very militaristic one, carrying things out. And that Mars is in Cancer, USA is a Cancerian nation. Mars in Cancer for me is also very defensive of home. I love that aspect for hockey defensemen or Mars and water signs. But anyways, I digress. It's April, but it's October, but not really. You know what I mean? Just waiting for that season to start. Okay. Elektra, does the military have a plan? Well, let's get this circle. I need a nice circle. Does the military have a plan to stop Don Julio? Does the military plan to stop Don Julio? Yes. Yes, they do. Charlie, why is he building up military in the Mideast? Well, he's got to get there, right? He's going to need resources when he gets there. And, Jared is the one where I first read about wanting to knock down buildings in GAZ and have condos on there. Is Don Julio building up military in the Middle East to protect him when he flees? Donald is building up the military in the Middle East because he's going to flee and he needs to clear stuff out. Is that why he's building up the military? Yep, it's his escape plan. Zane, yes, absence of applause was narcissistic injury for the felon. Absolutely. Okay. Let's see. Hello, Nancy Lee. Okay, so, you know, we're going to take a 3-minute break. I feel very confident we covered a lot of ground here. So we're going to take our 3-minute break, and then I am going to figure out what's the one last thing. What's the one last thing? We're going to start this. Wow. What? Okay. There's that. Okay, we're going to talk about Don Julio's bad luck, bad health. His bleach blonde, bad body, something built, bad built body. What did she say? That was so funny. When Jasmine called her a bleach blonde, bad built. She had 6 B's. I can't remember what they all were. It was so funny. Constance from Caroline. We are watching out for you all as we love you guys, just not your leader, and his team hugs. Oh, Caroline. Oh, she's our Canadian. Thank you so much. He just feels so small. In his first term, he had the entire administration, people going, doing everything everywhere. It just felt totally impossible to get a grip on anything. And now it's just his sorry butt there. They have consolidated so many powers by combining different departments, but it can't last. It can't last, especially with this setup here with all these eclipses. And I was going to tell you, I was looking, so this is a new moon solar eclipse over Mar-a-Lago. I did this was Ramstein. But this one, was interesting to me because this is over the Russia. The Gemini reversed in the skies. That tells me 2 things. Either his communications with Don Julio are broken, something ends that connection, or it's come to light and it's like it can't, it's like what's the word I'm looking for? The espionage tied between it. It's like it's just like it's all out in the open. I had that. Do I have anything else? Oh boy. Okay. Oh. No wonder the red flag country is showing up so much. At that eclipse, they had Mars in their 10th house at 22 degrees Cancer. And so Jupiter is going over it right now. We are on the other side of the world. So it's like this combination is rooted here in the U.S. No wonder I kept seeing the generals, everything coming back to the red flag country, like I was saying earlier. Damn. Okay. So this is what I want to show you guys. Yes, butch built. Thank you, bad bod. Bleach blonde, butch built, bad body. Okay. Yes, Caroline, it's definitely safer, but you guys are, please don't come here. Don't come here, and please stop buying, keep up your boycott, okay? You guys are so strong in doing that. I know it's driving them crazy here. It's like how long they can wait this out. Okay, so this I want to show you guys. So this is, remember, going back to this quarter crisis moon, we're still in eclipse weather, even though we had our lunar eclipse, solar eclipse. It has to finish the cycle, okay? It's because even though this comes after the eclipses, it's still part of the lunation, and these rest of these signs have all been eclipsed as well. So what stood out to me, which I remembered, I was like, holy crap. So the sun here, which represents a leader, this is in the 6th house of bad fortune, bad luck, bad fortune. It's also in the house of one's health. A leader here, the sun here, points to problems. If there's existing problems with the health, that's going to be the focus. Mercury is nearby there, and this was something else I saw. Where's my shutdown? I don't need it. So when we had the shutdown happen at midnight, this was another thing that stood out to me. Mercury was at 24 degrees Libra. Remember the 24th degree, 24 degrees Cancer is Donald's kryptonite degree. And these two things are in square. His Saturn is at 23. Saturn, Venus. This is his, like, superpower until now, until recently. How he could shake down people, extort them, how he always had control of withholding stuff, abusing women, and always getting away with it. Back in 2019, we had what I called the can opener eclipse because it happened at this 24 degree mark. It was like it was going to slowly crank open this small space of 24 degrees, and it would hold it open. And what happened after that? We got his tax returns. We've been finding out about women. He got kicked out of office. He got impeached. In fact, he got impeached the second time. I think the sun was 24 degrees Capricorn on that second impeachment, okay? So this is his kryptonite. And not only does he have transit Jupiter at 22 Cancer, blowing up his Saturn, his superpower, but now we have the scales of balance. Libra, fairness, has the shutdown, and it's irritating this angle, okay? And it's irritating his vulnerability in the 6th house of bad luck, bad fortune, bad health. On top of it, Pluto moved into Aquarius and was final last year in 2024. Is it Donald's chart? Capricorn. Or is it the USA chart? It is Donald's chart. I'm sorry. Donald's chart. Pluto going permanently into Aquarius. His 6th house. I don't know if it's 0 Aquarius or 1 Aquarius. No, I think it's 2 Aquarius. Anyway, it moved permanently also in Donald's house of bad health. Pluto, god of the underworld, is destructive. It changes things permanently, and it's intense. So today, this is what I wanted to tell you guys, because I spent time on this. I'm like, I got to take good notes so I can tell them this. Are you guys hanging? You guys hear me? Are you with me? Trump retrograde is another gift, right, Shelby? Zane, every time Pluto ingressed into Aquarius throughout 2023 and 2024, he got clobbered with indictments and convicted. Yes, his bad luck, bad fortune. It always follows him. So I just wanted to know earlier, okay, what is this flavor of what's going on with this health? So I just really sat down and concentrated on this. So this is a story that I'll tell you. Nope, that's not it. This is it. So, what's feeding his health this week? Well, we have Aries, that's Mars, that's inflammation. We have 6th house matters, health. We have the wound of his health, trying to heal himself. And this moon void, of course, something happened suddenly. Did something... That's the night we were all feeling that urgency. Was that Monday night? Some of you were freaked. Some of you guys were really going through a hard time. I felt bad for you guys. This sense of urgency. Was that... Did something suddenly happen to Don Julio's health? I need a better circle. With Don Julio's health, this quarter moon like Monday. Did something all of a sudden happen with his health? Yes, That's when it was. So when we look at his vitality, look at his strength, his posture, how he presents and interacts with the world, how he meets the world, we have Scorpio reversed. And I was getting that they're trying to hold back the end. Are they just trying to hang on? They have him hanging on to life. They're just trying to prevent him from getting worse. Yeah, he's not doing well. The secret about his health, what did we have? Gemini reverse, there's not a cure. And I feel like this is for his sun, his heart, his breathing. The hidden challenge is a yod, pointing to his health. There's not a cure, that's the challenge, his day-to-day health. Here, this has to do with the nature of his chronic disease. It's pointing back to the 12th house of, well, the nature of it, there isn't a cure, and it's challenging day to day. What's crowning Don Julio? I got the 9th house. This has to do with, it functions similarly to the 9th house, but having a lot of stomach pain, joints are hurting. Over here, I had the fire, which has to do with inflammation, pain, possible tumors. Over here in the 8th house, shared resources, death. So shared resources. I got the Capricorn reversed card. Capricorn is the government. Here, you can have an inclination to be feeling anxious. And what I was getting here, that what was happening is that trying to hang on to his life because the government, he's in charge of the government and he wants to hang on. He wants to hang on because he knows stuff is coming and he wants to keep the government at bay. And because he's super anxious and he is seeing himself kind of in a very misfortunate place. Here in the 7th house, oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. So the 7th house, this is like your relationships and partners and people. It could be like your relationship with your staff. So his staff has the 1st house reversed. That has to do with your vitality. It's like they can't do anything. There's this general sense of debility. When the 6th house, bad luck, bad fortune, bad health, he got the dark moon Lilith. Abandonment. He's done. Left for dead. The health issue is here. 5th house of the sun, his creativity, who he is. Venus reversed. It is not favorable to curing. Things are not improving. Down here are 2 cards. In the 4th house, trying to preserve and protect. What does this say? So the weaknesses are that he's not getting better. No more can be done with health and the substance of his body. This 3rd house, which kept coming up at the beginning, I have, look at this, provocations. The diseases of the neck, throat, breathing, head, wounds, blood pressure. There's a lot of problems going on there. Try to keep that under control. The substance of the matter. Look at this. Uranus reverse. That's like a stroke. How's my throat? That's like a stroke. That is like something suddenly had been with the circular system. And then this card, this place also relates to the face, head, cerebellum, and brain trouble. Holy crap. Okay. What is that called? Having a stroke, but there's another name for it. Did Don Julio have another incident with his brain like a stroke? Maybe something else. Did he have another issue like a stroke? Oh my gosh. He did. And that's why the 9 Pentacles are trying to keep him comfortable. Holy crap, you guys. TIAs. Thank you. Shelby, he's probably teetering between palliative and hospice care. If so, he doesn't have much time. That is very interesting. Deb Z, an aneurysm. Paisley, even the vultures won't pick his carcass. Yeah. Just try. Wonder if his new jet is ready. Is his Qatari jet ready? Is Don Julio's Qatari jet ready? Is his Qatari jet ready? Yep. Okay, I just had a thought because I am getting an overwhelming sense that people, and the other reason not to negotiate is they're just waiting for him to die and then move on. It's his cabinet. His cabinet is not waiting for him to die. JD is not waiting for him to die. JD is not waiting for him to die. JD is, that's a no. He is waiting for him to die. Okay. Is his cabinet waiting for him to die? Is his cabinet waiting for him to die? Yeah. Because we asked earlier, does the military general, do they have a plan to deal with this? And it said yes. Is the military waiting for him to die? Is the military waiting for him to die? Or be totally incapacitated? Oh my gosh. That's a yes. Shady Vat, he is drooling. He can't wait. It's so obvious. So that's what everybody is waiting for. I saw something today. They didn't think they could get the government going in at least a week. And, that's if they have a plan. This Libra Capricorn lunation is always very hard on him. And we're seeing it now play out with all this eclipse energy around it. And you can't turn back. You cannot go back. Eclipses force change when you refuse to make changes. So it is 8:25. So do you guys have anything else? Lola Herrera, brain infarct. Why is it called infarct? That is such a hard word to say. You just want to say infart. Okay. Delphi and Ruth, Bren Giat. Oh yeah, you know what? I haven't read that book yet by her. Yes, we will get the Rose Garden back. Yes, that ballroom is going. We knew that early on. Okay, so are we good? Thank you, Free Spirit. So I'm going to wrap it up. Oh, wait. One more. Marie, thank you for your donation. Can we have a card? Can we have a card to how to deal with this the rest of the week? Oh, hi, Jeffrey. It's my intention that whatever's gained from the lessons learned from this tool will be dedicated to the growth of all beings in all places. We would like a card for this week, please. Arrow. Oh, boy. Surround yourself with protective energy. Oh, boy. There's still fallout. Okay, arrow. You guys, protected. Let's just sit here. Everyone get their protective energy on. All in the front, all in the back, under your armpits, around your hips, up your spine, that spot where your spine and your brain meet, so nobody can sneak something in there. Where's arrow? I just wish they would organize this whole thing. Nope. Where's arrow? Air guardian, animal, direction. Nope. Warrior symbols. Okay, get your warrior on. That's what we're doing. Surround yourself with protective energy. So this is a message, you guys, for this week. Surround yourself with positive people, like all of us, and experiences and environments that make you feel safe. Call on your angels, guides, and ancestors to bring you protection and the protection of our nation. Arrows have long been revered as symbols of protection, as many native peoples would use the bow and arrow as a weapon of defense. When an arrow appears in meditation or dreams or an oracle reading, it's a sign you need to protect yourself and what is important to you, because not everyone has the same intentions as you do. This doesn't mean that people are intentionally wanting to hurt you, but they could be careless in their choices and actions, and this could affect you. There are energies around you that could lower your vibration, and it's important that you become aware of them and aren't brought down by them. This includes the news, you guys. That's the big hit I'm getting. Don't let social media news bum you out. Take a break. Extended message. If you're in a situation where you feel that not everything is as clear as it seems, trust your intuition. There are energies in your current situation that are not fully aligned with your intentions and goals or with kindness. Follow your intuition about whom to trust and what to trust. If you can take time to retreat or to step out of this situation to assess what is going to be beneficial for you, do so. In any event, this is a time to call on the energy of protection and to place yourself in a space that feels safe. And yeah, because you know what? Mercury's going to be going into Scorpio soon. And we've got Mars there and Dark Moon Lilith. Things might still be dicey. Okay? So, you guys have a great rest of the week. I'm glad that we got to meet together. I hope you have a wonderful Aloha Friday. If you have any questions you want me to do for this weekend, post your questions here. I want to make sure that the folks who were able to watch this live, I can pick your questions first without a doubt. Okay? So, have a great evening. Thank you. We will talk to you later. And Shelby saw a bald eagle today. Okay, have a great evening. Thank you, Cynthia. Have a good evening. We'll talk to you guys later.